Hey everybody, another really important BFG tyre video so that we can get to the bottom of it. So this video, it's going to be a survey. So let us know in the comments whether you're on the you like BFG KO2 tyres or you hate. There's a lot of hate for BFG KO2 tyres. I'm just interested to know in the comments your experiences, why it's that way, and just so we can have a look and go, what's the percentage, the amount of people that like them and that hate them. And as you can see, we've got a few sets here. I've got this set here on the 120 Prado. I've got this set here on the 150 Prado 2022. We've got this set here on the 2013 Prado. We've got these old Flog 70 series that are nearly 10 years old that still work pretty well on the tracks, and one new one. We've got these almost brand new ones off the Hilux. They're not on there at the moment. There's 4 of those, plus a few more. So you'd think we love these KO2s. Way too many KO2s. You'd think it was a KO2 party here with the amount of KO2s we've got. So firstly, why have I got so many KO2s? Well, we actually use the vehicles traveling the Australian outback and out on the tracks. And from all our use over the last decades and decades really. So Dad had the, he even had KMs actually, the original KMs. Damn, they were slippery in the wet, weren't they? On the GQ, on the 80 series, on the 100 series, all that sort of thing. But on our Prados and stuff, a lot of KO2s. We've tried some other tyres, and these they're really good grippy on the tracks. They're really reliable, sort of puncher proof on the tracks. Doesn't mean someone hasn't had a puncher or sliced a sidewall, but the odds are really good, and they're really reliable in the outback. They were the majority used tyre. And it is certainly becoming a little bit less now. And the majority that are used with the least punches, and you see the odd other tyre and you see punches. So the odds told me that these are a really good, they lasted really well also. We used to see 100,000 Ks out of them quite easily, even more than that. Things have changed though. So I used to be a love KO2s, but things are changing. I've certainly never experienced this really slippery in the wet, dangerous, the worst tires I've ever, they're just so terrible. I've never experienced that, but what I have experienced is them wearing out a lot faster than they used to, and that's the set here. There's a set of 5 on this 22 Prado that are not that old, and I can tell you that the car's done about 63,000 Ks, and these tires, the 5 of them being rotated, have done around about probably 5,000 Ks less than that. So let's just say about 58,000 kilometers. And this spare here it might be a little bit lower than the others. They've all been rotated. I'm sure there's going to be a bit of variation there. But on the last service at 60,000, they put spare tire low treads. So if you have a look at that, I can tell you there's probably only about 4 millimeters left. There's not much usable. This is not the sort of tread that you'd ideally want to be taking on a big outback trip or out on a track day, because you haven't got as much rubber there to protect you from the punches. You haven't got as much rubber and depth there to help you with traction when it's wet or snow, stuff like that. Perfectly good for a dry day trip, no issues there. And of course, if your trip around Australia wasn't too long and it was mainly blacktop, not too bad either. So that's why I've got so many tyres. I can sort of wear them out to the end. What we used to do is run them for about 40,000 Ks and then sell them, and they'd still have a heap. It only had 2 or 3 mil worn off. They used to come out with 14 mil. They'd still have at least 10 mil, and you'd buy them for 1,200 bucks for 4, and you'd sell them for 800. So you'd have new shoes on all the time. But who can be bothered doing that forever, right? So now it's just buy your tyres, wear your tyres out, and get rid of your tyres. I like to keep a few for spares and stuff like that as well. We're going to get rid of those 70 series, go back to 65s on all the vehicles. So anyway, that's why I liked them, and also why I don't like them anymore. They wear out too fast, and the evidence is right here on this vehicle. I'm not going to spend too much time going on about love or hate of BFGs. I just wanted to hear from everyone else, what is your take on it and why? Now this vehicle, as you can see, front and rear, have a good look at those. I'm not going to worry about measurements. I'll estimate for you. 4 or 5 mil, not much difference to that spare we just looked at, probably a little bit more. And you can look at the front one, and it's about the same, without measurements. Visually, I can tell you it's about the same. 2 of them are made in USA, and they've done about 90,000 Ks. To round it, if you want to be more precise, check the other videos in the BFG Tyres playlist. The BFG Tyres has got its own playlist to talk about BFG tyres. And the other two, made in Thailand, have only done 30-something thousand kilometres. So the evidence is right there. You know, you can see they look about the same front and rear, left and right, whatever the case may be. I don't know which one's which at the moment. It doesn't matter. We've demonstrated that in the other videos. So this one's not too bad. It's a little bit better than the spare, but there's not much in it, really. This is the passenger side. You know, they're worn pretty well. It's a new vehicle. It's got, you know, all good bushes and suspension, stuff like that. Helps things under control and some nice even wear. Like I said, I've never really had any badly wearing KO2s. These are probably some of the better ones that are on the vehicle. The ones off the vehicle are probably the better ones, but we're in dry conditions at the moment. So generally we like to keep the worn out tyres on the cars for that. We've got the road tyres on the Hilux at the moment. We call it the stolen wheels. There's probably a video on that, either coming out soon or come out recently. But I've never had any really bad wear. They're certainly not noisy. From new, they're quiet. Even once they've done kilometres, they're quiet. Like I said, on the 22 Prado over here, these ones, they've done the Ks, they're getting worn down. They are still nice and quiet. There's no issue there. When you get noisy tyres, it's going to be more of a set like this when you've been driving around with either flogged suspension or flogged control arm bushes, allowing your front wheels to move around too much. And see on the inside, see that feathering, you can see low in the middle, high and feathered, low. See what I mean? It's just, you know, feathered off really low there, right? They're just all over the place. That on this vehicle certainly creates some noise, but you can't blame the tyres for that. So please tell me in the comments without swearing, because swearing generally will be deleted or not allowed. There's no need for it. Including on our Facebook groups, personal attacks, swearing and all that sort of thing. But look, let us know. I'm curious to know what's your take on these BFG KO2s. One of the biggest issues I see is their price. I mean, if I've always paid under $300 a tyre, okay? Till recent times, the most I ever paid was $325. And then when I found out they're wearing out quickly, I've devalued them to about half that because they're wearing out twice as fast. So unless I can buy the tyre for $150, $200 each, I'm not interested. I'm not paying $400 a tyre for a tyre that wears out twice as fast. You're too greedy, you've lost me. I'm gonna wear these tyres out and I'm looking forward to trying some other tyres. Let's not worry about talking about this in this video, but just have a look at all these tyres, right? You know, they're not too badly worn, but the ones that were on the front with the flogged control arm bushes, because that's what was on this vehicle, flogged lower control arm bushes, created the wear and the feathering and therefore the noise. Bit of gutter parking as well, you can see on this one. Not my driving, of course, it's all good. That's what happens if you've got to park next to gutters a lot. Eventually, you're probably going to rub through a little bit. That's not really a warranty concern. It's a lot of gutter rubbing. So look, bring on the hate. I'm ready for it. Bring on the love, bring on the hate. Now, who's crazy enough that they would pay $350, $400 or maybe more for one of these tyres, knowing it's pretty well flogged by the time you get to 60,000 Ks? I might add that's 60,000 Ks, almost, of really being looked after. We're talking about a lot of highway driving this vehicle. It doesn't do stop-start, short trips, go around roundabouts all the time. It's straight line and a lot of highway driving, a lot of blacktop on this rubber. Even though there's some dirt roads, you know, some Gibb River Road and stuff like that, not much. It's mainly blacktop in between and all that sort of thing. So consider this drive straight ahead. That's the best you're going to get out of it. You know, where these people who have said, oh, mine were flogged in 30 and 40,000. Well, they've probably got some suspension bush issues, but if you drive it in your normal fashion that people do, tearing around corners and roundabouts and all this sort of thing, then I can imagine this tyre that's lasted with this much tread in just under 60,000 Ks, only lasting 40,000 Ks. I can completely imagine that. That means it's a very expensive tyre. So doesn't matter how good it is. Yeah, I'm going to change tyres, right? So let us know what you think, people. I'll be looking at the comments. Interested to know your experience. Like I said, skating around in the wet, I've never had that issue. I've had these tyres on the 120 with the LSD, going around roundabouts in the wet. Really, I mean, asking too much of the tyres, and I haven't had an issue. And there's hardly any rubber left to make contact with the road. You can see all the chips and treads that are just all gone and they're all uneven. These are hand-me-down tyres from other people, specifically for this testing. So they're about, so if you said the rubber gets, you know, they get old and it gets hard, and that's the problem. Well, these are about 8 or 9, maybe 10 years old now. Maybe it's hard, but they're just not too bad in the wet. I don't have any issue. Someone said, oh, maybe it's the full drive, so I put them on the Hilux. It's got the Harrop, the bloody True Track LSD in the back. Same story. Of course, I can get it to let go, but I tell you what, you got to push it hard. Yeah, maybe it is because the Hilux is a bit gutless, but at the end of the day, isn't that what we're driving, Prados and Hiluxes? So, to be honest, I think your wheel arm, your tyre pressures, your bushes that have created bad wear, and maybe some rubber that's like this, even worse, so a bit chipped up here from a lot of dirt tracks, a bit feathered from bad suspension, and maybe you're just asking way too much of the tyres compared to the other vehicles you drive. It's a four-wheel drive, it's big and heavy, it's not a sports car. Maybe you need to slow down. And I've got a couple of tyres for sale if you're after a spare 70 series, right? So I'm about to get rid of these, so I better put this video out soon. This one's free. That one's free. That one's free as well, yes. That one's 50 bucks, got about half tread. And this one's like new still, so it must be a couple hundred, right? Half price BFG, right? Because the new one's about 400 apparently, but I'm moving on from 70 series. But if you've got 70s or you want to spare, bada bing me. Talk to you soon. I'll be looking at the comments. Love to hear what you think and why about these BFGs. The BFG collection. How many BFGs do you need? What was really sad is when these ones were brand new, a sharp rock just ripped the center out. Look at that, the rubber's gone. Still tyre that works, but yeah, all the way around the tyre. Have a look at that. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe that's that soft Thailand rubber as well. Perhaps there's something going on here anyway. Yeah, these ones, the bottom four, they'd be lucky if they've done 10,000 kilometers, right? So they're having a bit of a rest so that they can go hard and then last a bit longer for me, maybe, because they're going to wear out quick. Same as these ones, they haven't done a lot either. I think I need to liquidate some tyres, eh? Anyway, you know where to get some cheap if you want some. Hit me up and bada bing. Otherwise, let us know what you think and why and what tyres you're on now or what you're going to get next. Thanks for listening. Hope it's going to be entertaining for everyone. Like I said, please don't swear. Catch you on the next video. See ya.